Hello, and let me show you how easy it is to set up a scheduled backup of your Airtable base as CSV using CSV Getter for Airtable and the tool Make, formerly Integromat. So if you've not used CSV Getter for Airtable before, it's a very simple tool which allows you to put in some details about your Airtable base and generate this URL. This URL is a GET request endpoint. When you hit it, you get a snapshot of your Airtable base as CSV, which will contain the latest data. So as you can see, this is perfect for using in a scheduling tool like this, for setting up a backup and saving it somewhere outside Airtable, for example, like Google Drive or Dropbox. So if you've not watched a video about how to get set up with the tool, if you do need help, then there'll be a link to that in the description. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume that you've got your CSV Getter for Airtable URL and you're good to go to set up your schedule. So in Make, we want to create a new scenario. And this is fairly simple. You press the big plus button and you want to look for HTTP. So HTTP is going to allow us to get a file from a URL. And once we have this URL on the clipboard, we can just paste it in. Press OK, and that's that. So now we're on to the next stage. We want to save it somewhere. Like I said, I'm going to use Dropbox. So once I've found Dropbox by typing in drop on the big list, I can now select a bunch of actions in Dropbox. And all I want to do is upload a file. Now, if you've not connected to Dropbox before, you'll need to make a connection. This is very easy. It just produces a pop-up and you sign into Dropbox and give make.com the permissions it needs. And then you want to say which folder you're going to save your file. So if we look at my Dropbox, I've created a folder called Backups. That's where I want to save all these backups. So I'm going to choose that folder. And the file is the file that comes from the earlier stage, HTTP get a file. Clicking OK. And that's us. That's the whole process. We're good to go. So pressing run once, you're going to see what happens. HTTP gets a file. So that's that stage complete. And then the Dropbox upload stage is complete. So in our backups folder now, you can see we have a CSV here. The name of the CSV is the timestamp of when we hit the API. So this is great. So if you've got more than one CSV coming in, for example, after it's run a few times, these backups will be cataloged and you'll know which one is which. Right. So here we can see that we have the data as CSV that we got from CSV Getter for Airtable. Now let's do a manual trigger of this to show that the data will be updated once you've used it again. So adding a different row, let's just add someone called Fred, $15 sale. Let's say that's happened during the week. A week has gone on, and this is going to schedule again. We can run it again. And going back to our folder. Now you can see we've got a new file that just happened down here. So this is 709. As you can see, it's got the new data in it. So it can constantly run, constantly seeing what's in the base, saving it as a CSV. So you'll have a scheduled backup, so keeping your data very safe. So if you set the schedule to every 15 minutes, you can just switch this on and you're good to go. This is going to run every 15 minutes, constantly saving these CSV files. And that's it. So once you have this URL, it's very easy to get going with scheduled backups. So CSV Getter for Airtable, good luck getting set up with make.com. Let me know if you've got any questions. There's a support email here, so you can always just send me an email, ask me what's what, ask me advice. I'm always at the end of the line to help out. So good luck.